3 new Apple Watches just dropped. We've got the Ultra 3, Series 11, and SE 3. Now, I have been wearing an Apple Watch almost every day for like the last 10 years, so you know that I'm hyped with any Apple Watch refresh, big or small. Now, the biggest update is on the Ultra 3, bringing satellite connectivity to your wrist. And for the others, the Series 11 has a full 24-hour battery, and the SE 3 is finally getting an always-on display. Now, before we dive more into them, let's unbox and check out some of the new watch bands that are new this year. First up, Apple Watch Ultra. I just love how all these new boxes have raised details. It's so cool. Titanium. What's really cool about this new Apple Watch Ultra is previously they were making these out of forged titanium, but now they're actually 3D printing the titanium, which is alleviating 50% of the waste, and they're able to make them so much faster, which is not only great for the environment, but also saves a lot of time. We've got the new trail loop that has reflective edges, which is great if you're doing any nighttime runs or anything that requires some reflective notification, like, hi, I'm here. This one looks so cool. Oh, so pretty. Love that blue. Now we've got the Apple Watch SE. We've got the Starlight watch with a Starlight band. Look at it, it's so cute. It's so tiny. The reason the SE is less expensive than the other models is it is lacking some health features. It doesn't have the new hypertension feature, it won't take an ECG, or be able to detect your blood oxygen levels. So if you don't need all of that, here you go. Next up, we've got the Apple Watch Series 11. This is the rose gold. Pretty. Love the packaging. Here she is. This is a 42 millimeter. Probably didn't need to rip that, but I did. There it is. The rose gold. And to match, we've got the light blush sport band. Oh, this is nice. I haven't seen this color. It does look pretty similar to the Starlight though. Yeah, very similar. I don't even know if you can tell a difference on camera. It's slightly more pink. This is the green trail loop. Pretty. Purple fog sport loop. Oh, that looks nice. I like the purple. This one I'm obsessed with. This is the neon green ocean band. Last but not least, we've got one of the Nike sport bands. This is the Alpenglow pink. It's like a little salmon-y color, like a little salmon. Nice. So many Apple Watches, so little time. So I've been testing out all 3 of the new Apple Watches. Sometimes, like now, I've been wearing them all 3 at the same time. And it's cool because they're all running the new WatchOS with the new liquid glass look. It is so wild how much they're able to pack into these tiny little displays. It's still shocking every single time I use it. Now with OS 26, of course, we have the one-hand wrist flick gesture so you can silence alarms or dismiss notifications without tapping. She's gone. Also, the sleep score, so you can actually see how good your sleep was, not just how long you were in bed. There's also Workout Buddy, which isn't new, but I love this feature. It gives you personalized pep talks during your workouts using Apple Intelligence. And now Messages can do live translation right on your wrist when paired with a compatible phone. So the Notes app is probably one of my favorite apps on the iPhone, and now it is also coming to the Apple Watch. Look, there's a lot of really great new features on this Apple Watch, but the fact that we now have Notes is equivalent to me like when the iPad finally got a calculator. This is huge. Smart Stack has gotten smarter and the whole UI just feels so clean. Now my personal favorite is the Apple Watch Ultra 3. It has the biggest Apple Watch display yet, and it's easier to read from more angles thanks to the wide angle OLED and the new LTPO3 panel. So liquid glass, it really is so stunning, and now on this huge display, comparing it to the other versions, like I can see everything so much clearer, and at even more of a viewing angle, like this display is just really taking full advantage of that liquid glass. Now battery. There is so much battery life. You can get up to 42 hours on a single charge or up to 72 hours in low power mode. The Apple Watch Ultra 3 is all charged up and our 48-hour experiment is starting now. I do imagine that the battery is going to die quicker than normal because we are going to be testing this out over the course of the next 2 days. But the test that I really want to try is how fast this charges. Let the timer start now. There's our stopwatch. We've been going for 8 hours so far. Here's my sleep score. What did we get? What did we get? Oh, hi, 83, not bad. I have had this Apple Watch off of the charger for 39 hours, 28 seconds, and counting. I just got a 9% battery warning. Our last charge to 99% was Wednesday at 10:10 p.m. And since then, I've been wearing it pretty much all day. 2 sleeps, And now we're gonna test it out to see how fast we can get a little boost, because we're gonna head to lunch. I've also got some waypoints set for Grand Central Market. So there's our waypoint, that's where we're trying to get to. Now we just gotta head in this direction. I can recall a few times that I have used the entire battery, mostly when traveling internationally and losing track of consistent sleep times. 42 hours though is a pretty long time. So I wanted to test this out. So we did a little 42-hour experiment. I already know that since we are testing this watch out the next few days, that the battery is probably gonna die a lot quicker. But either way, that's actually not the experiment. The experiment that we wanna do is drain the battery and test to see how fast we can charge it. 15 minutes should add 12 more hours of use. Oh man, we made it just in time, because as I was running up the steps, the battery died. So we made it almost like the full 42 hours. I'm so impressed. Now let's get it to charge so we can continue filming the rest of the day. Time for our 15-minute charge test. We've got our charging brick, we've got our charger. Set a timer for 15 minutes. Time to charge. And we wait. 42 seconds. Look at that, look at that, look at that. That's like 1/4 charged. Okay, it's official. Oh my gosh, look, and it just turned green. Like exactly right at 15 minutes, it turned green, which means we're ready to go. I'm shook. We're back in business, baby. We've now had satellite connectivity for a few years, starting with the iPhone 15, and it works very similar on the Apple Watch. So it's got this built-in two-way satellite communication. So if you're off the grid with no cellular or Wi-Fi, you can contact emergency services with emergency SOS via satellite, send and receive messages, and even share your location with Find My. All from right here. Your watch. You don't even need a phone that has satellite. Most of the time, you're probably on the grid, which is great because the connectivity there also gets better. The Ultra 3 now adds 5G. Yes! That means streaming music and podcasts through the watch is such a breeze, and also the 5G modem uses less battery than previous cellular watches, so it's faster and way more efficient. There's precision dual frequency GPS for more accurate routes, and it's still incredibly tough. A titanium case, sapphire crystal, IP6X dust resistance, and WR100 water resistance, which means I can use this on dives up to 40 meters. Now for all of you fitness buffs, for training, there's a workout app redesign. You can quickly access features by tapping the icons in the four corners. This provides simple access to views, custom workouts, and pacer. Apple Watch Series 11 has 24 hours of battery life. And if you do need some juice, it's got fast charging with 15 minutes that will get you 8 hours more. The display on the aluminum models is tougher. Apple says that it's 2 times more scratch resistant than Series 10. And the 5G chips are in the Series 11 as well. So you're gonna get faster downloads and better coverage. And the 5G chips are also in the Series 11. So we're gonna be getting faster downloads, better coverage with a redesigned antenna to help in weak signal areas. New in WatchOS 26 is hypertension notifications. Now this is on all Series 9 and above and Apple Watch Ultra 2 and above. So not just these brand new watches. A lot of people may think that you're just gonna be able to take a blood pressure reading from your wrist, but it doesn't quite work that way. The watches are pairing their sensors with a new algorithm that Apple developed with data from over 100,000 participants. The watch looks to detect patterns in your heart rate data that may be hypertension. Sleep score! Now, if this was a game, this is one that I know that I would win. I love a good nap and I love going to bed early, but I also have not been sleeping very well lately thanks to working on Apple reviews and traveling, so let's not expect any of those scores to be my norm. And last but not least, the Apple Watch SE3. It now has an always-on display, so you can glance at the time or notifications without raising your wrist. It gets the S10 chip, which powers fast performance on-device Siri with double tap gesture and the new wrist flick. Charging is way faster, up to about 2 times faster than the previous SE, so a quick plug-in can carry you throughout the evening. It adds 5G as well, and the cover glass is 4 times more crack resistant than before. SE3 also levels you up in health. You get sleep score, wrist temperature sensing that feeds richer data into the Vitals app, retrospective ovulation estimates, and even sleep apnea notifications that watch for consistent signs over time. And it's got a built-in speaker now. It's funny you should ask, because I'm playing this through the speaker of my Apple Watch SE. It's pretty cool. It's actually pretty loud. So you can take calls on speakerphone or listen to the last 5 minutes of that podcast you missed in your car. Was it our podcast? Better be. So the real question is, which watch works for you? Now, if you go off the grid, you're doing races, you're diving, or you just want the most capable, most durable Apple Watch with the longest battery and satellite safety, Ultra 3. super easy choice. The sweet spot though is the Series 11. It's got the newest health features, a full 24-hour battery with fast charging, tougher glass, 5G. Series 11 is probably the one that most people will purchase. Now, if you're more price conscious, or you're getting your first Apple Watch, or you're buying one for a kid or a teen, SE3 is kind of a no-brainer now that it has that always-on, faster charging, 5G, more robust health alerts. The only things that the SE is lacking is kind of in the health department. There's no hypertension notifications, ECG, or blood O2. If you don't need that and you want to save some money, this could be the one for you. Apple Watch SE 3 starts at $239, Series 11 starts at $399, and Ultra 3 starts at $799. If you're an Apple fan, stay tuned for my iPhone 17 videos. Those will be coming very shortly. See you in the next one. Bye.